calculus, and we're going to go down here to find the derivative by the definition. Click on that, and let's click on number 2 here. That's what we want to find right there. So it says find the derivative using the definition, and here it is. We have the function f of x is equal to 23. So if we were to graph this out, it's just a straight line all the way across. Okay, and I don't know, that might be important. So f of x is equal to 23. Let's move right over here and take a look at that. Are we back using green again? I ought to use something different in this section. I don't know. Alright, we have the function f of x is equal to 23. Now here was something that we got to not forget, and that is how to find f prime of x. So in this particular section here, we're going to use this definition, and then in the next following section we're going to do some shortcuts, because this would make calculus terrible if we had to do it like this every time. So we got to write this down so we don't forget the definition of the derivative, and that's going to be, let's see, this is x plus delta x minus f of x over delta x. Now button 1 there, you should have watched that to kind of get an idea of where this thing comes from. Okay, we're just going to show how to use it, how to construct this and find the limit. Okay, so this is f prime of x, and that's not a 1, that's like a not a double quote, but like a single quote on the keyboard, and it's known as a prime. F prime of x, and it represents the derivative of this guy right here. Represents the derivative. Now we want to find f prime of x. That's what we want to find. Looks like that got fatter or something. So we want to find f prime of x, and we're going to use this up here. Okay. So the first thing let's find is this. Let's do this one here. Okay. And so this is f of x plus delta x. So we take whatever this is and plug it into x in our function. Well, there is no x here. We don't have one. So we just rewrite 23 because there is no x to plug all of this stuff into. Okay? So f of x plus delta x is just 23. Alright. So let's just go ahead now and fill this thing in. So we end up with the limit as delta x approaches 0. So f of x plus delta x is just 23 minus, and then our f of x, which is right here, which is 23. And then of course it's all over delta x. Alright, now we can simplify this down. Let's do that. We have the limit as delta x approaches 0. Now this just becomes 0 over delta x, but a 0 over some number is just 0. So this ends up getting simplified down to 0. Alright, there's nothing we can do. I mean, that's 0 over delta x is 0. Now the limit of a constant, you can consider this to be a constant, is just the constant. So then this just ends up becoming 0. So since f prime of x is equal to this, and this is equal to this, and this is equal to this, equal to that, and you get 0. So f prime of x is equal to 0. Equal to 0. Now back with the tangent line. This is kind of worth noting. If we were to graph this function, okay, let's say we were to graph that, and let's just do that. So what is this? It's just a constant, and that means it's just going to be a horizontal line, which I'm going to attempt to draw, and of course it's passing through the y-axis here at 23, right? Now, if you picked any point, it doesn't matter on the x-axis, picked any x value, what is the slope of the tangent line? Let's see, what could we do? Make it tan color. What is the slope of the tangent line at this point? Well, the slope of the tangent line is the slope of the line itself, as you can see here. Okay, and that tangent line, the slope of the tangent line is 0. Right, so no matter what point you pick here, the slope of the tangent line is 0. Remember what the tangent line is. We didn't forget what the tangent line looks like, right? So I'm going to draw some curve up here, and remember that if I picked a point right here, the slope of the tangent line is 0. If I picked a point here, the slope of the line is the tangent line, the slope is 0. What about here? Right, this is tangent, or here, this is tangent. Of course, you can see that the slope of the tangent line here is a positive number. It looks like maybe about, well, I'm really guessing on this one, 7 or 8. Slope of the tangent line is positive, you know. It's about the same thing. If I picked a point right here, this tangent line, of course, it's negative. See, it's negative. So we get an idea what, but when we have a line like this, the slope is, the tangent line is 0. Okay, so that's the geometric trying to understand what's going on here. But that's it. Okay, let's go on. Let's move on to the next problem. And of course, if we hit answer, you'll see this. Now, on the help, which you might want to visit, as you can see, we kind of work it, we do the same thing, work it out, right? There you go. Okay, so the help's going to be helpful in this section, that's for sure. All right, I'll see you there.